fucking...
Okay, boys, go to game
Michael
chat. Good luck.
You guys have Captain
Oh,
America.
Have you started the stream?
Yes, I just started it.
Jesus, Michael.
Okay, boys, we're on
Maar
stream.
word het fucking disconnect.
Wait, sorry, that's too fast.
Okay, I just got a notification from my stream. I'll send it to you now, guys.
Why exactly?
Okay, I got it. Obviously, I'm watching from my PlayStation.
I'm observing. Sean, I'm trying to help gauge them with the ACGL. Oh wait, you did say you had it. I just.
Oh, you're rejoining.
I'm here.
Michael didn't join. No, he left.
I thought you said Kyle.
Nee, kijk, ik was weer gedisconnect
How
van
did you
fucking
get
servers.
Kyle from Michael?
Because you eating something, so Michael.
I'm actually eating something. Fireballs. Delicious.
Now I kind of feel bad for the other people that you have to play with.
Shit, I might have to just watch this on my phone. Cause I can't
Why?
turn on audio.
Why do you feel bad for them?
I'm gonna mute my mic.
No, it's fine, because I can't see if I'm listening with my headphones. I can't. And also, it's gonna be delayed, that's the only problem.
It's
Hello,
a
meneer.
50
Okay.
second delay.
You guys can start the game when you can. I'm just gonna make my bed up quickly, okay?
Okay. Some
You
bugs
can
to
all
get.
pay for fighting those bugs.
Shut the fuck up.
No. I've been friends with Carl long enough.
Gage, you are gonna have your headset, eh?
Yeah,
Okay, just
I'll stay in
checking,
the party. I'm just gonna not watch it, obviously.
3 PS.
Yeah.
Just remember to tell me what you want to see, where you want to see.
I need to
Carl,
invite
you're playing the next one, bro.
Yes, I'll play the next one. Shut up, Ethan.
Yes.
Hey, language. Don't pull a Michael.
I wasn't racist.
Don't, you're religiousist.
I'm Christian, though.
I'm a
Damn,
dolphin.
that's a double whammy. Wait, can you say that word if you're Christian? Is it like the
No.
same thing as the N-word pass if you're black?
Yo,
Okay,
actually,
Fluffy,
yo,
okay.
That's not racist,
Fluffy,
I'm legit
yo.
asking a question.
Yo, bro, the weed thoughts right there. Weed thoughts.
Fact. See?
Okay, see, we're gonna invite.
Really have to invite you.
Whoever's watching this stream, I do apologize. It's
Carl can be autistic.
yeah, it's
I don't
I just
definitely
need to put a disclaimer, because obviously, like, A, it's gonna be delayed, B, I can't cast properly because my mouth is fucking sore.
Another thing
Michael
is
left.
that-
Jy het my gejoin in die lobby nie. The
and
John
one
of
of
Fluffy
them
sent
also
that.
left. Who left on their team?
No clue. Fluffy, invite for Michael of
I
Keelan.
already did.
Yeah, so disclaimer for anyone on stream. This is I'm working
Test
with Mr. Mekid ZA here.
And if I do cook, I haven't played in a week.
No one cares. No one cares.
I gotta put a
Ethan.
disclaimer for myself, bro.
Ethan, you don't have any content that anyone cares about.
Exactly, so I gotta put a disclaimer out, buddy.
Oh my soul. Michael, switch sides.
Just switch before one of you
Oh.
lag out.
Quickly start, somebody, please.
Okay, begin, boys, beginnen. Laat ons
Start.
raak.
Quick, before one of them lag out.
Okay, good
Game
luck,
chat
have
or
fun,
no?
go to game chat.
Ja, game
Get
chat.
leave.
Man, fuck you, Carl.
Okay, I'm muting my mic, Gage.
Fuck your
Well,
vibes.
let me meet everyone else. Okay, there we go. Finally connected. Alright, so obviously anyone who's watching this, disclaimer, I don't know if you heard it earlier, that obviously this is just a test stream, just to test streaming from Vibe's side and casting from my side. My mouth is very sore, I've currently got an ulcer, so just please bear with me. Let me just mute this. Alright, cool, so welcome to Clubhouse. This will be quite a cool map. We've got 4th gear up against the Eclipse. Eclipse coming new to the scene, they were fresh out of Lunar Gaming on the second side, and they've got Fluffy from Elite Motion filling in for one of their players. So, Clubhouse, quite a defender-sided map. I see the Thatcher band already coming in, and Jackal, which is quite common. Kaid, good for the CCTV, it stops the hard breaches getting in, and then a nice Echo band there coming through. So that's going to be able to deny the plants from the defenders. Yeah, so let's just see how this goes. So round 1, let's see who they pick. Sorry, Vibes, you can just bring up the scoreboard again for me, please? Cool, thanks. Alright, so it's obviously Eclipse on defense first, and then 4th gear on attack. So let's see who they bring. Yeah, I can see already how delayed this is.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
But just unmute your mic quick.
Yellow.
How delayed is this for you?
Like
Pretty delayed for me.
I can see the delay when I hear your calls.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to resync this quick.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to insertion.
I can already see how frustrating this is going to be. Nice.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb. Defender has left the area of operation. Defender exposed.
I'm just gonna remute my mic.
Oh no, it's cool, you can chat with me.
Cool. Oh my god.
Might actually better if you cast with me, because I can feed off what you're obviously seeing live.
We currently someone going for to wall, putting down some pre-placed claymores onto the stock door. Droning coming in from the IQ and the Buck. Otherwise.
Right, so already looking at the attackers, obviously they're bringing the Buck that's going to be able to go underneath and take out any utility they've got from the bandits on the wall. So off coming in, obviously you can destroy those hatches and move their way through construction. And Mav is going to play the biggest part here, taking away the utility from defenders. On the defense side, the Mozzie obviously going to be able to stop the drones. Attackers didn't bring any Twitch, so it's not going to be able to stop any of those. Doc, I imagine, is going to be holding in Garage on the 90, which is a very strong position, and that Doc can go strong there. Already Thermite, that's IQ coming down from the bottom, taking out the person on the stairs there, doing mass loads of damage to Smoke. And let's see how they manage to take this out.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So Vibes, from your perspective here, what would be the biggest thing the defenders need to do now to stop this attack?
Well, first of all, they have to shut out the Buck pushing in from the backside, because obviously pincering them will be a big play for the attack. Defense have to obviously make sure they can cover the breach, which I believe Mav has come to open. No, Mav actually not. Oh, and the Mozzie with a big kill onto the IQ. Coming out in stock. Diffuser down inside spawn, outside garage. Buck going for a peek onto the dock. Let's see what this dock is doing. Dock, I believe, has a down. 5v1.
God, it's so delayed. Holy
Hey.
shit.
That's why, in my opinion, honestly, if they want to do this, you have to observe and cast. You can only have one caster. You can
Yeah,
only-
I don't know. We can make it work though. The thing is, if we're running this through, if say now Nick is obviously pulling your stream and then I'm streaming through Discord, it won't be delayed. So what obviously I see will be casted live, so it will work.
Yeah.
Alright, so obviously for defense, there was Eclipse going to their round, round 1, and they hold it on CCTV.
Would you like to see the scoreboard? In
No, no,
15
sure.
seconds.
Yeah, fucking 20 seconds here. So, Fear Gaming obviously banning, but they banned Thatcher.
No, they banned the Jackal Kaid.
Jackal Kaid.
Defense,
Yeah,
remember defense bans first.
yeah. So, Jackal Kaid. And then, Eclipse was Thatcher and Echo.
Scoreboard looking pretty boring after round 1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, Fluffy obviously playing a big part, holding that 90 upstairs. That's one of the strongest positions you can hold in CCTV. If you can deny that garage push, then that's a big play from their part. Especially even if they get the wall open, you still got to watch left side and your right side running into servers, which is very tough. Cool. So obviously defenders going downstairs this time. Very common rotation. Usually it starts with going CCTV, then going downstairs. Bars not necessarily played that much. We might just see them pull that out, but I'm not too sure. I haven't watched much of Eclipse and what strats they like to do. But other than that, we might just see a gym hold in the next round. But let's see how they take downstairs. Obviously bringing the Mozzie again. Fluffy changing from Dr. Pulse. We've got Jaeger, Legion, and Vigil. So that means we're going to have two roamers. The Legion denying pushing downstairs. That gives a little bit of info. Obviously Legion's changed now, so you cannot see where the Q mines are placed as the player. But the sound cue will still give you that info as they're running down. Attackers already making their way to kitchen, so that will be Obana trying to get that hatch droning in right now. IQ pushing towards where Obana is into the kitchen, and Buck slowly making his approach. Zoff also holding kitchen, they're running in. They spot a player upstairs, and now it's all down to them to clear them out as they make their push. Jaeger coming down main stairs, just watching the angle onto kitchen. This will be a massive pick if he can get someone, especially the hard breacher trying to get rid of hatch, as they now make their push. And that's IQ down. Jaeger taking out the IQ. That is massive, especially if you want to see where the Pulse is playing downstairs. That means they have no information of where he's sitting. And that gives Pulse free reign to sit underneath the hatch and pick up someone with his Nitrosol. Already spotting a player. Nitrosol being placed. Doesn't get it. Oh, just as he pushes into Freezer, he misses it.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Sensor deployed.
So yeah, obviously Vibes, feel free to step in at any time.
Well, these guys, you've covered most of the base food.
Yeah, obviously it's like my mouth is fucking sore, yeah. Just trying my best.
Oh, big miss from the Mozzie, huge pick from the Zoff onto the Mozzie on main stairs. The whole attack coming from upstairs, but I don't believe they have much open, so they will have to funnel down blue, main, and I believe the only other hatch they have open is stock. Paul's currently just playing, holding the fuser. Very simple play from him. Legion playing under motor hatch, trying to see if they open anything, just holding the site. And Vigil also on site. Defense is straight up holding out down the site. Basic from the defense. Let's see.
Yeah, so right now with defense, it's all about them just holding his angles, keeping that diffuser in their sights in play. As I said earlier, that if once you take out the hard breaches on a map like Clubhouse, you pretty much won the round. But now it's all down to gun skills. They go for a 1v3. Zoff getting the pick and Vigil coming in for the clutch. Great play from Eclipse Gaming as we now move on to the third round. So what do you think what needs to be played differently from the attacker's side? I mean, how do they need to reapproach this to take out Eclipse Gaming?
I feel they need to focus more on their roam clear. They have players roam clearing, but the hard breaches are getting taken out in sight while it's pressing the site before there's anything being done. Only one man on fourth gear actually getting a kill so far. 5 and 2. The rest of his team all with donuts. Eclipse Gaming 2 rounds, 3 kills, 3 kills, 2 kills, and 1
So
kill.
clearly, Fear Gaming is just having the problem where they're not droning enough. They're not taking out enough roamers. They seem to be pushing as a 5-man to the same spot. But I mean, sometimes it works if you have a really good coordinated team. But they seem to be a bit uncoordinated when things don't go their way. Especially as soon as they lose their hard breacher, obviously they seem to be panicking a little bit. They need to just be a little bit more coordinated. Find those roamers, clear it slowly. You know, push towards the sites as a unit, right, and then they'll go from there. So obviously now we're seeing a gym hold in the 3rd round. Quite a common rotation in terms of as what I said earlier, is that you usually start CCTV, you go downstairs church, and then you go gym.
Yes, exactly. Obviously a castle big pick on this side makes it really more difficult to push the objective. Holding down the breach very well.
Very interesting they didn't take a mirror though, I will say that. Mirrors can be
unbanned
very...
as well.
Yeah,
also
mirror unbanned,
surprising.
and it can be actually one of the toughest things to go up against as an attacker on the site. So I'm surprised defense didn't take it. Obviously, Vigil going to go reinforce construction.
Pulse
Also very-
C4 run out from strip. That's something you don't see very often, especially not in a scrim.
Fluffy landing, and it's brilliant plays.
Still playing
Everybody's happy about that
strip.
one.
Still playing strip. Holding the position. Now the attackers are forced
And
to
that's
clear out
massive,
the
eh? He took out the thermite. That is going to change everything for how they approach this now. Obviously, Mav can still do the work. He can still get the wall open, but that changes everything at this moment.
Ooh, the Zoff and the Ash being really tactical, pushing back sides, coming in from the
Cash.
CC and cash side, clearing out. Obviously, this is a big position to clear out because that window the window in CC holds half of the objective. A random impact coming out. I'm unsure who that is from.
The only thing I do stress about is obviously the Zoff is using a lot of utility trying to clear out these roamers, and if you don't have your utility going back, it's to push towards sites, you know, that can be a big cost.
Oh, Ash gets the kill, but gets down in the process. Now, obviously, wasting a lot of time to get the pickup, and losing a lot of HP. Mav and Buck going for wall, wasting a lot of time. Seems as if the Mav is kind of confused about what he's missing. Oh no, just completely.
And obviously, for anyone that's missed the changes, Buck has now lost his frag grenades, so now he's a bit useless when it comes to helping the Mav out. All he's got is his flashbangs to stop any ADSs that might be sitting there. But what would have been big is if the Zoff could get the castle barricaded gym and then shoot the bandit batteries from the window. But now, obviously, we don't have that. Mav still has his grenades, but seems to have missed them.
Walls being opened
Or just
up
not
by-
timed correctly.
No, he'd missed the grenades. He played pretty poor with them, throwing them way too deep into the objective. Zofia getting
Well,
into another
but
engagement.
Zoff getting the pick. We're down to 3v3. Fluffy on 1 HP and Zoff on about 15, I can see.
Oh, and a team kill. Oh no. Oh no, that is quite unfortunate.
That
Oh,
is
but-
a big cost on their side. But look, Buck and Zoff are still very potent operators, so they can still take this. Zoff going down.
Oh, and the castle with the kill and the final kill, a wrap out by the bandits. Good rotation for the defense. We'll just bring up the scoreboard.
Very
now.
good round for Eclipse.
On the bright side, one other player finally getting a kill for the attack, but it's still a very poor attack round so far.
So,
Scoreboard looking
going back to
pretty
that round,
balanced.
obviously the Thermite getting picked off from the beginning, that is a very big pick for Eclipse. It's very unfortunate for Fear Gaming. You kind of need your Thermite for that site. I mean, if you can do it with the Maverick, but it just takes so much time, and they know where you're coming from, so they can really push all their operators to watch that double wall on there. I think Fear Gaming really needs to step up their game. I think they need to just change what they're doing. You know, watch for those runouts, watch for those C4s. Let's see what they have to bring now.
Another thing that I will say, they've wasted a lot of time and utility on the roam clear. The Zoff obviously breaking the walls instead of using a utility to get rid of the castles. Wasted a lot of utility on the attack. Drones.
Yeah, of course, the utility that could have been used to open up the site, you know, to help push with Maverick and Buck. It's a bit unfortunate, obviously, when you use an attacker like that just to roam clear. Especially when, as you said, you've wasted all your utility trying to flush out one operator.
Especially
Can't be
while playing
counted.
the Ash in unison with
Yes,
it in the
yeah,
same
yeah, of
position.
course.
Defense going for standard reinforcements on the garage wall, just stopping the window peek, the pixel peek, making it a little more playable.
10 seconds remaining.
Obviously,
So look,
Bandit's
I
a
mean,
big
obviously
player.
it's 4th round, things can still change. Maybe the attackers right now have figured out what's wrong, what they need to do right, and they can come back a lot stronger here. Again, they need to make sure that they clear these roamers out, especially what we saw in the first round of CCTV, was that the Jaeger went, well, the roamers, sorry, they were very strong on the sites, and especially Fluffy with his dock in the corner on the 90, he manages to hold garage, so if they
Doc?
can make a pick on him, that'll be
I believe
big.
the Doc went for a spawn peek again. Yeah, I believe
Fluffy.
that's the only reason I could see him for overhealing, and now leaning and missing the drone, getting it eventually. Jaeger also going for a spawn peek through
Fluffy getting really aggressive this round. I think
Yes.
he's figured out the pace of these players, and now he's kill hungry.
Oh, what I wanted to bring up earlier is I'm liking the smoke pick on the defense here. Brings a lot of utility to the defense to help open up breaches or
Well, not
rotate.
only utility, but the denial of the plants as well is a big thing, especially because you don't have the echo anymore. So being able to bring those smokes in, and if you can just keep your last 3 for the planter, keep him alive, that's
And
a
Vigil
big
gets
play.
a pick early again onto the Mav, no doubt. While pushing this side, oh, that
Young
is a
Savage
huge
getting the plays. That's what you like to see. Is if you can take out those hard breaches, that's massive for defense. And you deny them getting those hard breaches.
Oh, big play from the
Hibana taking the
attack though.
corners.
They brought the Hibana this round for the attack, bringing an extra hard breach and now having 3 hard breaches all for one side. But nothing to get open the breach. Nothing at all. The only thing they had was a Mav who got picked off. Still wasting a lot of time on a roam clear now.
Look, the other thing that can be big on this site is obviously if you bring a Carly, but you're restricted to your single sniper rifle, which can be a bit of a cost. But if there's the use of a Thatcher when they're banned, but it's all down to player skill. And if you can use that gun and the CZ as a secondary.
Sophia getting a down onto the Jaeger, not knowing it. Vigil playing aggressive, peeking, and a big kill from the Vigil. Jaeger still being
Massive
down,
kill to Zoff.
and the Ash comes to clean it up. Ash getting a 2-piece. Ash on fire this round. Great defense. Oh, smoke.
It's still very sloppy roam clear though, that's the thing. Even though he's getting these picks, I feel like the picks are only coming because the defense is being very aggressive. It's not like they're being pushed into situations they don't want to be pushed in. It seems like defense is just kind of giving it to them,
The roam clear has been really bad. I mean, if we looked into the last round, or into this round earlier on, IQ, 15 seconds going left of the round, smokes.
10 seconds remaining.
No more smokes in hand from the smoke, unlucky.
So it looks
C4.
like construction.
Oh, and the C4 almost gets a triple. One in. Smoke with another. And that's the whole round.
Have run out of time.
Last man
Very
playing
big
KD.
round. So obviously Smoke coming in clutch for that round. He can stop them running in. Does a lot of damage to the attackers as they're trying to make a push in. But again, sloppy work from the attackers trying to find those defenders. They need to work a little bit more aggressively to try and get them. Maybe even bring a Dokkaebi or a Lion to try and clear them out.
yeah.
I'm not too
100.
sure.
Ooh, this round bringing in a Twitch. Obviously for hoping to get the hatches or walls. But they're going downstairs. I don't feel there's a need for the Twitch on this site. What's your opinion?
Especially with the Kaid ban, it's not really look unless you get the bandit batteries or there's no bandit in play, unless Legion's gonna 6-pick Pulse. So very risky from the defender's side, not bringing somebody who can deny the hard breaches. They're gonna have to hold that church wall very hard if they decide to make a push from motor, open church wall, come to site. But let's see what they try and do on the attacker side.
I feel the defense feels that they're going to win this out before the attack even gets towards the site, which is looking very possible now. Attackers wasting drones as well.
Look, a big thing with Siege is that it's 3D chess, and like with any game like chess, you can get into your opponent's head, and I think that you know, the attack is seeing 0-4 on their scoreboard. It might just be playing on their mind, you know, they might be frustrated, you know. We all know how Siege goes. It's a very frustrating game at times. But let's see, maybe they can
Did
get
you
the
see
second
that
win.
shield play on the smoke there? That was an interesting concept for a shield play.
But then he takes it down.
Yeah.
I don't understand. That could come in big.
That could have
Especially if
been
you
a
can hold
smart
them.
angle.
You can, especially if you can hold the motor hatch. Then you know that could be a big play. The only thing you have to watch out for is obviously Ash can break it. Mav can obviously use his grenades on it. Even Zoff can hit it with their impacts. But then again, your smoke. You've got canisters. You can throw them on stage. You can stop them from coming down. That can be a big time waster for the defenders.
One thing I will say, did you notice how hesitant the attack was to come out of spawn there? Because of the
Very
C4
hesitant,
from
yes,
last round. Now obviously attack going for some drones, sees a Valcam off of Maverick's drone. Big call
Look,
to
it
bring out.
just seems like on attack right now they're very reluctant to push in, and the push doesn't look as coordinated as what we saw in the earlier rounds. It seems like the defenders just have so much room to run around, even though they're getting droned out. They don't seem to really be phased, and that's a big problem in this game. Is, you know, you need to push out those defenders. You need to be aggressive.
Yeah, oh, the battle that we all love to see. Ash versus Jaeger, and the Ash wins it this time.
Oh, Ash getting a pick on Young Savage. That is big. Look, it's one roam clear. That's what you need. Now it's 5v4. Now they need to work as a team. They know now that they can take out the roamers.
Oh.
But they need to work better. But it looks like their drone work is getting a little bit better this round.
The
now...
coming and droning in the Ash. Sees, probably sees the man. Oh, big pick off of the Ash onto the Vigil now. That was a huge
As we
pick.
said, this is what we needed to see. Attackers needed to clear out these roamers. That means that 3 are left on site. And
Valkyrie gets
now all they need to
another
do
play from below.
get hatches open, start pushing in.
One hard breacher down, but it's Mavericks, not the most useful attacker.
Look, hatch is open. They've done their job, you know. So now it's just up to the rest of them to make a coordinated push, find these people in sight, drone them out, get the information, and now start making their plays.
Ibana now going over towards blue? No main? I noticed the Ibana was in dirt tunnel and they decided to push her out of dirt, so I wonder if they've given up on the dirt. Twitch getting another big pick and being downed in the process by the Valk, I'm assuming. No, the castle actually.
Very rarely that you see that UMP coming in clutch in this game with this low fire rates, and the Nightstall comes in, cleans up shop. There you go, that's what you like to see.
I'm very interested to see what these attackers do now. Have a lot of ways. Ooh, a very nice push from the attack. Splitting up, opening their angles. Very little time though. Defense with a big
15
kill. That's
seconds is
Diffuser.
going
And now we have the UMP in a
to- Just when you
1v1.
thought everything was going in their favor, now it's a 2v1, a 1v1.
Oh, and that's the round. That was very sloppy onto the side from the attack. Good breakdown play, but once it came down to the final 30 seconds, I'd say they lost it.
It's so frustrating to see when you see that happening. Everything was going in the attacker's favor. You had the numbers. It was 5v3. You had the time. The hatch was open. You guys literally just need to push together. You
Bringing
had the
out
round.
a bar stock with a Montaigne and a Blitz.
Oh, now we're going shield operators. This is gonna be good.
This is going to be a really toxic round in my eyes. 6 pick from the Blitz at least. Let me just bring up the scoreboard first to see how the scores are going. Luckily, more than one person on fourth gear having kills now.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Look, as I said before, that this map is very defender-sided. Your attack has to be so coordinated to be able to try and get wins on this. It's all dependent on your hard reaches as well.
Hard
That
reach is
man was
very
big.
important.
And I feel like Eclipse knows that, and they know that if they get the pick on the hard reaches, that they're going to take the round. And they've
Yes,
just
they-
got really good holds, and their roam is just very strong. Even though they got taken out last round because of those drones, they're holding and they're wasting time for the rest of the defenders in sight to be able to just hold sights, you know, coordinate together.
One thing I will
But
say, I wish the defense had shot the jukebox in bar. That is such a downfall on their side. Lack of audio for them.
What would have been more interesting for them to do on this side though is if they brought a Goyo for denial.
Or
So-
any shield of any sort. They have no shields at all.
No shields, bringing the Mozzie again. I question on this side. Do you really need the drone denial on this side? Unless he's gonna roam.
I feel the Mozzie is always a good pick to pick off attacker drones. Lack of utility and lack of information, which the attack already feels like they have a lack of. If they can just kill all the drones in the prep phase that they see and then place the Mozzies down late to clear off the rest of their drones, I mean, I feel the defense has a
Very
great
true, very
advantage.
Very true, but obviously now we see Mozzie sitting on the stairs, and he's going to be holding from stock and CC as the attackers try to make their moves into the site.
Attackers going for a basic push now, going from the back side.
Something you don't expect. Usually people like to push into the stock room, but now we're
Gets the
seeing a
kill
big
with
change.
the Montaigne in play and makes the Ash under half health with a UMP nonetheless. Jaeger
Let's get a
getting
top-down view on
another.
this situation.
As we see the Mavericks pushing into strip late now, and the Jaeger killing someone on main stairs. Maverick finally gets a pick. Mav versus 2. Practically. Montaigne just being a human cam.
Big picks coming here. This is a very fast round. This thing seems to be going. They were going in the attacker's favor so well, but now defenders are just taking back their sights.
Montaigne gets a kill, and they brought it back. It's a 2v1 for the D. For the attack. Mozzie,
Shields coming in strapped in clutch here.
Now,
As Monty's getting the plant down.
one thing I will say, health is very low on the attack. No, gets close to the Montaigne. That's something you should never do. Never get close to a Montaigne. You will get clapped.
Oh, see, I think if Mozzie had his nitro there in play, he would have won that round. He just had to kill the planter, which was Monty. Very unlucky for them, but obviously attackers feeling elated that they got this round.
He did throw his C4 though, but he missed it. He threw it in the wrong position. Unfortunately.
I didn't see that. I just missed that.
We heard it when the Monty was on plants. That's the only thing. But obviously a miss. I believe he threw it on the opposite side of the bar. Bring out Oryx. Oryx obviously not allowed in comms, so I'm presuming it's a 6-pick. But it is a scrim, so it would be possible that they just play it. No, obviously a 6-pick coming in. It's against scoreboard. Looking a little lopsided on some situations, but overall not too bad on the winning side. The defense now actually hoping they balance out a little more on the scoreboard.
Look, I mean, you never know. Some teams are just better on defense than they are on attack. And also with this game, it's very map-sided as well. They might not be the strongest in Clubhouse. That's why we have scrims like this, so that they can practice. And who knows, maybe their defense is really strong here. Right now, already seeing a good lineup with the defenders. You've got your Mutes and Bandit combo to deny those walls. Vigil and Diego obviously going to be on their own. I'm not too sure who's going to sit in Garage, or if they're even going to have a player sitting in Garage, so let's see what happens.
Valkyrie reinforcing Garage, putting down Cam now. One thing I will say, I don't know if you noticed, the Mute had a little bit of a sloppy shotgun play, wasting a lot of shotgun shells to make a simple rotate earlier. Valkyrie going for a spawn peek, missing it, getting aggressive. Oh, defense is playing really far out. I like this, It's reinforcing all the way up to the other side of the map. And unfortunately, that is the Mute.
So as long as he's got his Mute jammers down, it's not really the biggest pick for the attackers right now. But
that was their Garage player though. That is all the presence they had in Garage. And they didn't fully reinforce the Garage wall.
So they've left it open for the attackers to make a push in, which is yeah, it's very sloppy, I'll say. But who knows? Maybe the defenders can bring it back. As
Zofia in sight. Zofia's in the site, holding down the whole site by herself. It's a retake.
The pick on the IQ was big. That means she cannot scan for any utility. But Zof being in sight is a massive problem for the defenders right now. This is not what you want to see. This is not what you want to see go down. Defenders should be holding their sights. And
Zof simply
no one's
just
getting
hold.
No one's
Bandit
getting the
on the
refrag.
opposite side. Oh, Bandit.
How is nobody?
Bandit
How
finally
many-
getting a refrag though. Still,
That
how
is so sloppy. It's just, how do you miss that? And how is nobody calling that?
And
Saying
the
that, look,
thermite.
someone's in sight, take them out.
So much insight now as well, once again. And that's the round. That fell apart as soon as we saw the Zofia in sight. He got an entry frag and was in sight.
Literally. That's very sloppy. I mean, that's not what you want to see. I mean, if you're defending, and especially if you have a Valk, I mean, surely you have enough information to just to say, like, look, someone's in sight. Unless the cams are on outside. But usually, I mean, maybe keep one cam in sight. Maybe you keep one looking construction and into cache. You know, on the top of the wall, you kind of just hide it in a little hole there. That just gives you the information on the wall and construction and cache. But yeah, that Zoff went big there. Took control of site immediately, and just gave the attackers time to make a push in.
Zoff's first pick was the Valk as well. I wonder if the Valk may have been like unaware, just gotten off of cams or something of the sort.
Maybe. But obviously, once you're in sight, I mean, anybody trying to retake, it's very easy just, you know, to hold an angle on one door. But I question the defenders not trying to make a push and get rid of her. It's very odd. I mean, if they knew where she was and they could hear her gunshots, surely you would, I don't know, if your garage player maybe come up the stairs in the back of cache.
But the Bandit was playing
rotate.
garage and breach. That's the problem. They had no presence in garage. After the wall was open in garage, Bandit was forced to take garage. The mute was
So
killed early
yeah,
as
huge misplay from defense there. Very unlucky round for them. Obviously,
Valkyrie
Eclipse was
having a
coming in
fight
stronger.
with a drone and losing.
10 seconds left.
Vigil already on the roam upstairs. Probably going for a late flank.
5 seconds to insertion.
Jaeger obviously big. How do you feel about the new Jaeger nerf? That him becoming a 2-speed? Do you feel it's going to affect his pick rate at all?
I don't think it's affected his pick rate at all. I think it's made him a little bit stronger. From my experience, he seems to be a little more bullet spongy. I know other people beg to differ, but I don't know. I feel like he's become a little bit stronger. Look, his gun is still the strongest in defense, so he's still a problem either way. But with Ying now being how she is with 4 candelas and 2 smoke grenades, you know, kind of makes him a bit useless. Because one Ying can just get rid of all his ADSs, which is a big problem in the game. So, but I see Ubisoft is tackling that now by removing 1 candela, which is obviously going to try even things out, but it still means that's enough to get rid of all 3 ADSs.
Ash coming in and just doing Ash things, running into sight. Ash already in blue, deep in blue. Will she go for sight? And
Eclipse obviously playing aggressive because they've got nothing to lose at this point. I mean, they're on match points, and Fear Gaming only has 1 round up, so they've got plenty of time to almost mess around, see what they can do, and be as aggressive as possible.
huge pick off the Ash again. Ash just playing blue. Mozzie with the Roni, great gun, but lack of ammo. And she is dead. Young Savage on a triple kill. Could he be going for the ace? Gets the down onto the Valkyrie. Is this the ace? Could we see an ace in our first game? Quad kill for Young Savage now confirmed. Where is his ace? Where is the Vigil?
Big. Obviously now he's on that hunt for the Vigil as he wants his ace. And
Vigil
let's
in
see if we can get it.
blue. Vigil
Let's
in
get a
blue.
top-down view of the situation. Obviously Vigil coming in, he sees
Young
the-
Savage gets the ace! As we switch to the top-down view, the ace is blue.
Massive Young Savage. I bet he's celebrating in comms right now with his team. And that concludes the first map, which I believe is that the only map that's being played?
Yes, as far as I'm aware.
Alright,
there's
so
only
short
one.
scrim today, but yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Obviously this was a test stream for us. Bit delayed on my part, which sucks. But hopefully we can sort that out for the next one.
Huge game. Scoreboard being shown now. 12 kills for Young Savage. 8 and 1 for Wasabi Potato. 8 and 1. That is a huge game. Thank you for tuning into the stream. GG's all around, I'm guessing, from the in-game.
Yeah.
Huge game. Very well played. Thanks for tuning
Alright.
in. We'll see you next time.